Have you also received that bright orange package marked Fear, or the shiny black plastic bag resembling Shein's usual trash? Within it there's a 5 drone, 3-in-1 headphones and a t-shirt costing less than a cup of coffee. It feels like Christmas every single day. But hold on, how does a company manage to ship such items across the globe, cover logistics expenses, and still charge you less than the materials cost itself?
The numbers simply don't align. If you're not covering the cost of the product, who exactly is footing the bill? The answer is hidden in the code of your phone, in customs laws written in another century, and in the hidden industrial warehouses. They are not giving you anything, they are buying you. And then there's the trick to getting all this to your doorstep without paying taxes. It's called de minimis loophole, and it's a law designed decades ago for tourist souvenirs. It says that if you import a package worth just under $800 in the United States of America, or different but comparable thresholds also in Europe, you pay no customs duties and controls are minimal. These companies don't ship full containers, they ship millions of individual packages addressed directly to you in. They tax customs, avoid the taxes that Italian shops or Amazon have to pay, and exploit the national post office for the final delivery. They're using our laws against our economy.
Do you believe Amazon is truly the solution? Surprisingly, it became complicit. To avoid losing market share to Temu, Amazon introduced its Bazaar, or low-cost store. According to a Consumer News and Business Channel investigation, Amazon now permits Chinese sellers to dispatch directly from their warehouses, circumventing European quality controls, a pivotal detail. Amazon has stopped being the guardian it once was. It's merely a logistical conduit now. Many items purchased on Amazon, lured by the promise of prime shipping, are the same hazardous products I dread. But now, you bear the cost of an inflated price, paying dearly for the illusion of safety, as they traded away your security for a tiny fraction of added profit.
However, algorithms don't craft garments, people do, so how can a t-shirt retail for just $3? The Swiss NGO Public Eye uncovered the answer through an investigative collaboration with Britain's Channel 4. This detailed undercover operation sheds light on these troubling realities. Their investigation deployed undercover agents into factories in Guangzhou, capturing deeply disturbing footage. Workers there labor relentlessly, clocking up to 18-hour days from 8 in the morning until 2 or 3 the next day. Weekends are rare luxuries, with some only granted a single day off each month, often at a cost. Paid per piece completed, they earn just pennies per item and face deductions for sewing errors. These exploitative conditions expose the harsh realities of fast fashion supply chains.
Do not merely label it fast fashion. It is more aptly described as slave technology. Shein and Temu's groundbreaking algorithm integrates directly with production systems, ensuring that the moment you click on a product, the order is transmitted to the factory instantaneously. This rapid process is achievable only because the human laborers at the far end of the production chain are dehumanized and treated as mere automatons, costing even less than a robot might. The consumer saves a mere $10, while these workers sacrifice their very lives.
Is there a reason that cotton costs so little? The answer is written in the soil of the Xinjiang region. In 2023, a US congressional investigation and isotope tests, commissioned by Bloomberg, confirmed the horror traces of Xinjiang cotton in the Shein and Temu garments. But what does the source really mean? UN reports and Reuters investigations denounce the forced labor of the Uyghur minority. They are not factories, they are re-education camps. While Western brands by law have had to cut bridges, Shein and I fear they use a legal trick. They ship millions of individual packages below the customs threshold. They bypass the Uyghur-Forced Labor Prevention Act, hitting you right at home. You are literally wearing the fruit of modern slavery that the customs system has chosen to ignore.
The steep cost is borne by your body. In 2024, Seoul's authorities in South Korea carried out thorough investigations on kids' products from these platforms. The findings were alarming. Phthalate levels, harmful to the hormonal system, were up to 428 times beyond legal limits in items like shoes, toys, and life jackets. Greenpeace Germany had sounded the warning as early as 2022.
15% of the products tested contained hazardous chemicals banned in Europe. You are not making a bargain, you are buying products that would never pass the security checks of a physical store. If you think the problem is just the software, look at what you put at your feet.
The source, a devastating investigation conducted by South Korean authorities in May 2024, analyzed the best-selling products on Temu and Shein. The results aren't just abnormal, they're criminal. They found shoes with levels of lead and phthalates hundreds of times higher than safety limits. In one specific case, a pair of children's shoes contained a quantity of lead that could cause permanent neurodevelopmental damage if touched or chewed.
Even more concerning, baby hats were found to contain significant amounts of formaldehyde, a known carcinogen. These companies cut costs not by choosing safe materials but by using toxic industrial waste, treated as special waste in Europe, not as fashion or clothing. How is it they consistently secure 5 stars? It's straightforward. They manipulated truth itself. Detailed investigations by the FTC Federal Trade Commission unearthed intricate brushing scams designed to deceive. Countless bots create fraudulent reviews, while actual users face coercion or bribery tactics. Want your money back? Rate it 5 stars. This corrupts Google's algorithm, elevating harmful products in searches. Such practices undermine the free market. When reviews are manipulated, differentiating a safe toy from a hazardous one becomes impossible, eroding your freedom of choice entirely.
Don't think Shein only looks at you. Wired's investigation revealed the heart of their empire, a system of aggressive web scraping. The algorithm does not wait for trends, it steals them, scans competitors' websites and the Instagram profiles of small Italian designers every 15 minutes. As soon as it intercepts a design that works, it instantly sends it to a network of thousands of microfactories connected by software. A designer takes months for a collection, Shein La Clona, in 48 hours and a frontal attack on Made in Italy. It's not commerce, it's a digital parasite that sucks the creativity of others to turn it into disposable polyester.
To truly grasp who we've permitted into our devices, we must examine their lineage more closely. Allow me to introduce you to the orange behemoth, Temu. This app is under the ownership of the Chinese holding company PD Holdings, which also owns the prominent app Pinduoduo. Remarkably, in March 2023, an unforeseen event occurred. Google took the extraordinary step of suspending Pinduoduo from the Play Store and labeling it as malware.
It wasn't a mistake, it was intentional. Cybersecurity researchers at Lookout discovered that the app exploited Android's zero-day vulnerabilities. The app was programmed to give permissions on its own, without asking the user for anything. It could read notifications, spy on messages, and make itself impossible to uninstall. And would you believe it? Following the scandal, a CNN investigation discovered that the team of engineers responsible for the code was reassigned to work on Temu within the same company, utilizing identical expertise under a different name. Let's return to Temu. In September 2023, Grizzly Research unveiled an extensive 100-page report that highlighted alarming concerns for app users. Through code analysis, they identified military-grade spyware capabilities. The app is capable of extracting file system data, accessing screenshots, and tracking activity across other apps. Grizzly Temu reports an estimated loss of $30 per order, raising an intriguing question. Why? Because the product is not the shirt, the product. By funding this operation, you are supporting an extensive geopolitical data mining initiative. It maps habits, Wi-Fi networks, contacts of millions of Western citizens, and serves as an intelligence agency outlet. Do you believe withholding your real name is sufficient? If you think so, you're mistaken. The emerging frontier lies in behavioral biometrics. According to a comprehensive technical study by cybersecurity experts presented at the VSA Congress in 2024, Temu's app can gather not only fingerprint and facial recognition data, but also leverage camera permissions and sensors to collect this information. Furthermore, the app meticulously records your typing rhythm and finger movements on the screen, which act as unique behavioral signatures. Why is this being done? While passwords can be altered, your screen touch patterns or facial structure are permanent identifiers. They are constructing an unchangeable digital identity tied to each user, enabling tracking across the web and beyond. Even if you switch devices or accounts, they aren't just profiling a customer, they're cataloging an individual. And watch out for electronics. Are you wondering if it's really possible for me to push you through cheap hardware? Look at the case of Ace Magic. In 2024, it was discovered that some mini PCs of this brand arrived in homes with malware already installed at the factory. It was called Redline Stealer. It was already there, ready to steal passwords as soon as you turned on the computer. And if you think the cameras are safe, go to a site called Insicam. There you can see live thousands of private, unprotected cameras broadcast to the whole world. We don't know for sure if that $5 smartwatch is sending your data abroad, but we do know that the technology to do so exists and has already been used. Is it worth the risk? The ultimate betrayal comes from the brands we consider premium. In 2023, researcher Paul Moore demonstrated that the best-selling UV anchor cameras on Amazon and Shein lied, promised local privacy, but sent unencrypted video streams to the cloud. You could spy on an entire house just by using a public link. If a billion-dollar behemoth allows you to leave your bedroom open to the world, what do you think that $2 gadget you put in your room is doing? Children, technology always comes at a price. If you aren't paying for it with money, you're paying for it with your privacy and personal data.
Let's discuss the next major player, Shein, known for its black envelopes. The issue isn't solely the code, but also its legal approach. In July 2023, 3 independent designers in California brought a lawsuit against Shein, which went beyond the typical norm copyright claim. Instead, attorneys cited the RICO Act, an unusual legal strategy. Racketeer, Influencer and Corrupt Organization Act and the Written Law to Fight Organized Crime. Visual notes, court proceedings in progress. The accusation is very serious. They claim that the company does not make mistakes, but operates like a digital racket. A secret algorithm scans the web, steals artists' designs, mass produces them, and destroys the competition with predatory practices.
If you must engage with these platforms, ensure you're well protected. First, always rely on secure browsers like Malware browser or Brave, avoiding apps or unsecured websites entirely. Secondly, only use PayPal or virtual cards instead of your real card for added security.
Rule 3. La. VPN. Never surf naked.
Only VPN payment. Audited and no log like Malware. Proton VPN or VPN.
Free VPN services pose a threat as they sell your data for profits, making them unreliable.
The next time you encounter a price that feels too good to be true, remember this detailed dossier. You're not truly saving money, instead you're exchanging it for your security in another form. This is an undeniable truth. If it unsettles you, then it's likely doing its job.